treat, and you are watching the Pumpkin Patch. I'm here today with the reigning prince in horror punk, Argyle Goolsby. How's it going, man? Good. It was a killer set that they played. You guys were here, you saw it. If you weren't, you missed out. So I'm going to ask you a few questions today. So my first question is the one that I go out for everyone I interview. Why horror punk?
Why not? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, when we first started, and when I first started my musical journey, for lack of a better term, Blitzkid was my very first band.
Thank you.
And
I'm going to keep that.
So when I first started, Blitzkid was my first band, and there was no definite course for it. The songs that we had were primarily looking back at it more like skate punk, kind of like Screeching Weasel, The Queers, stuff like that, like Lookout Records kind of bands. But we had a song called Slaughtered to Satan, and that was our first quote-unquote horror song. So we were always playing that in our set list, and people loved it. And we just decided to write more and more songs like that. And in time, we just noticed our catalog was growing, and it felt natural for us, you know what I mean? We loved the Misfits, but we never really wanted to fully copy them.
I think this is Jimmy-fied. No, you're good,
Alright, so what we would do is like kind of look at our catalog and go, you know, we have all these horror songs, but we didn't call it horror. Because it was 1997, 98 by the time we started the Massey songs. And there really wasn't a scene, at least not anything we knew about, because we were isolated in West Virginia. So the first introduction we had was Baskerville. All these bands were playing, and we realized there were other bands like ourselves. And that's kind of where the horror punk thing picked up in the scene and the genre. And I think we just stuck with it because we found a community in it. Like, there was no internet, there was, I mean, there was, but there wasn't like it is now. So we were all kind of reliant on each other to make things happen. You know, we just stuck together, and our music kind of was the foundation of that. And it was all kind of horror, but even with Blitzkid, we never really, we always threw curveballs, you know? We would try to just like, you know, devil watch
So you made up a good point that, you know, the internet wasn't a big thing, and so you sort of relied a little bit more, I think, than you typically look now on the other bands. And so my question about that is, because at the time when horror punk was coming up, at least based on my research, there was more blogs and eventually MySpace. So currently, in the unfortunate world of no MySpace, it's really just Facebook and Instagram based. Have you found it difficult, or at least different, to market yourself?
So it's definitely more, it's different. I don't want to say that it's difficult in a way that makes it seem like it's easy for me, because it is difficult, because we live at a time where navigating technology is difficult, because it's in a constant flux right now. You know what I mean? I mean, like, if you think about the course of history, human history, we're in a period right now where there have been so many advances and so many changes. I mean, think about like when Dell computers came out. You know, like home computers. That was only like 15, 20 years ago. The first iPhone was like not even a decade. You know what I mean? So like in that time, so much has changed. It's difficult in that respect, because for a person like me, I grew from a grassroots level, like we were talking about earlier, like a community, and that's how we built our fan base when I was a kid, and what we did. You know, it was word of mouth, man. You know, we were on campaign trails. So we built a fan base around that, and that was awesome. So I miss that. You know, people still do that. People's hearts are still there, and they want to help bands, but like, we've been shaped by technology. And it's definitely kind of scooped out that aspect of being in a band, and I think it's harder in a way for anyone, but especially newer bands. I'm not in a fortunate position, but it's just that for me, I've been doing it for so long that I was kind of able to bring what we established into this new mix of things. You know what I mean, and try to like make it work. But even still, like there's no real resting on what you're doing. You kind of have to continually to stay ahead of the times. You know what I mean? But still keep rooted in your past. You know what I mean? It's a balancing act.
Totally.
You know, so it is more difficult, but it's also way more easy. Like the one thing I love about the state of music right now, at least in terms of being an independent artist, is how there's nothing you can't do for yourself. Like there's nothing a label can do for you that you can't do for yourself.
Totally.
The playing field has been leveled.
Yeah.
The only thing that labels really do for you now are booking agents, press, and distribution.
Right.
Even distribution.
You can do that on your own too.
Yeah, because distribution's on the fence now. It's good to have your stuff in stores because people still do buy things from stores. But again, I mean, like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, there were things that just never gone now.
Right.
Blockbuster video, all these things. So, I mean, I don't know where music's going to be, but I mean, I just know that the artist has more creative freedom right now.
Right.
But it's also up to the artist to stay aware of this position because it's kind of like historically, musicians have been in jail. And and I'm not trying to completely shit on labels. I'm talking about the music industry in general.
Right.
You go back to the 50s, you were a slave to the record industry. Like you went with what producer they gave you, you played what chords they told you to play. So technology, this day and age, is definitely like giving the artist a chance to break out of that jail. But those hulks are still there, man. So like, it's a good time right now for people to really get their shit together and make this work for independent musicians because 10, 15 years, all the record companies are going to figure it out and they're going to find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, totally.
So, you know.
Definitely. Well, cool. So my next question is, so you had played in Gorgeous Frankenstein and you've been playing with Graves for quite a while on and off, right? Has that...
A band member, you have to be out in 8 minutes.
Lucky us.
I'm sorry.
So how has that influenced your musicianship or the way you did things in Blitzkid, and how does that shape you currently with the Roving Midnight?
You know, I mean, like, it's every band, every chance to go out and play with people that, you know, whose music you're playing that isn't necessarily from your origin, like other people's music per se. It's always great because you have to think outside of your parameters. Like there are ways that I play bass in Graves that like I wouldn't do in Blitzkid. It doesn't work. Like in Blitzkid, I developed like a way to play to accommodate certain handicaps that I had, like being left-handed, I play right-handed. You know, like sometimes I'll throw my bass up on my shoulder.
That makes a lot of sense.
And like I'll bring that into certain things like Graves, and I'm not doing it necessarily to be flashy. The reason why I do that is like I still, after 20 years of playing, don't necessarily have like the right rhythm that I feel comfortable with, like is needed for certain things. So when I throw the bass up on my shoulder, it's my forearm will break. So little things that I've developed that like is my style, but playing with all these amazing artists, it gives me a chance to like really look at my toolbox, my skill set, and say, well, how can I make this better? You know what I mean? Because it's easy, you know what I mean, to get into, not a rut, but you kind of get autopilot. Like I could play Blitzkid songs in my sleep, you know what I mean? I was always present, but like, if I really just wanted to go in autopilot, there's no problem. But having these other opportunities to play with these other artists, it's challenging. You know? You gotta keep the plane up. You know what I mean? You gotta fly.
It's cool. So within the horror scene, horror music in general, who has been your influence for the Roving Midnight?
It's kind of wow.
And I guess that's encompassing psychobilly, goth, horror punk, what have you.
So for me, I mean, I definitely I keep an eye open for new stuff, and I definitely am influenced by the newer music, but I do find myself being influenced by on a newer music end of things, not necessarily so much horror punk. I'm kind of rooted, you know what I mean? Like I'm an old pop man, so, and I'm not like stoic, like I like the only bands that I like, but I've had the same kind of foundation underneath from day one. That's kind of been powerful for me. That's going back to Screaming Jay Hawkins, Jerry Lee Lewis, Buddy Holly, Joe Strummer, Iggy Pop, Jim Morrison, definitely, Prince. The list goes on. Elvis Costello, all these artists, man, that were there for me, like, that influenced me as a young age, Michael Jackson. And then I got into punk rock and I started seeing that same energy, in bands like Minor Threat, Bad Religion.
Minor Threat?
Yeah. Like Bad Religion. Later on in my life, more like Operation Ivy and Pennywise and things like that. So it's always been a constant kind of change for me, but it's just, the energy is the most important thing.
Totally.
You know what I mean? It's not so much that the horror aspect of it is what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? It's just like that's secondary to me. Like the energy is there. Everything else follows. In terms of bands like that, like The Damned, are really a big influence for me. Obviously, the Misfits. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think who else. Nick Cave, so a lot of fringe stuff, man. Cool. I don't really have like a direct horror influence.
Right.
I just try to kind of like keep it all, open and kind of just kind of mold it into something, that I can use and work with.
Totally. Cool. We'll answer like one, and then
it's rolling. So whenever you guys are ready.
So what can we expect in the future from Roving Midnight?
Just write music, playing. We want to be out with these guys. We got a pretty busy tour year with Michael Graves. I've got a new album written, whatever. My English is not so. I'm not Englishing good today. But I'm electric, for lack of a better term. So I have all that good to go. I'm going to put that out as soon as I can get somewhere and record it. And then I'm going to do another Hollow Bodies album, so chapter 2 of the acoustic stuff. And just keep moving forward.
Awesome. Yeah. Can't wait. So my very last question for you is, so I know you're based on, I guess I don't know, but based on Blitz Kid stuff and the stuff you've put out, you're very influenced by like old school horror, like more the existential stuff, the 30s stuff. So my question to you is, what is your favorite 90s to now horror movie?
90s to now?
That's like a 20 years.
Oh man, if you're trying to wrap this up, it's been a while. That's a broad window for me to walk.
Okay, let's see, 2000s to now. That's a little harder.
Yeah, definitely harder. 2000s to now. We'll go back to 90s to now. Dog Soldiers.
Okay.
That's an amazing werewolf movie.
Nice. I haven't heard of that one.
It's amazing. Premise, special units, Operation Force, Scottish military. They go to an island for a training mission. Turns out, I don't want to give it away, island's full of werewolves for a reason.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Cool.
Dog Soldiers.
Nice.
2000s forward, non-remake, because there's so many.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I like Let the Right One In.
Okay, that was a good one. Yeah. I actually really like the original one.
I like tension. I like movies that just build up tension and then don't really, let you off the hook.
Yeah.
And that one kind of has that vibe to it. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have anything else you want to say?
Thanks for checking us out. And if you weren't here tonight, shame on you. Check us out, ArgyleGoolsby.com, RovingMidnight.com. Check out Nim Vind back here. What's up, Nim Vind?
Hey.
What do you guys say to the people?
I've already been in there. You just my doll gives some suggestive messages.
Yeah, check us out, man. This is what we're doing. This is what we do, and we're gonna keep doing it. So.
Cool. So as he said, this has been Argyle Goolsby. I'm Rikk You've been watching the Pumpkin Patch.
And cut.
Yeah. Hey,
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Baskerville!